on the fact that she's a reality TV star. She's a name. It's like you can't even, when you can't rely on your product to sell, itself, and get someone who studied and did all that and just let them make a name for themselves, but you put an instant name in there, it doesn't say much about your product or your producing skills. It's just like when you hire an actress to be a model for your makeup or your product line, because you don't trust it. You don't trust that it'll sell on its own. You don't trust it. So you hire an actress who's got a big name, and then dumbasses will be like, well, if she uses it, then I guess it's good. Because this old no-faced lady, I don't know who the hell she is. She's photoshopped up. But this actress, she ain't photoshopped. Look, she's just as beautiful as she is when she was in that movie. See, because you're dumb. You're just dumb. And again, I'm not saying you guys personally, because I'm praying that the people who listen to this show are a lot smarter than the average person, because you can't listen to this bullshit and think for a moment that shit is real, because that's just, come on, let's just be real. So when you got a product out there like a Nene Leakes trying to sell Chicago, like, you have to know, you have to get away from it. You have to run as fast as you can, because that production is going to suck, because they can't get anyone else in there but by trying to get a name that's already out there. And she's a horrible name. She's a buffoon, but that's what they do. So America's Next Top Model has produced a Yaya Costa and a Eva Pigford or whatever, and that's about it. I don't know anybody else who has come up from that show. I mean, again, that just leads me to the whole other topic of people not believing in their product. That's why I love using no names and average everyday guys for my brand. I'll tell you straight out, I love fashion. But no matter how big I get or whatever I want to do, I never use a known face. Just doesn't make sense to me. That just does not make sense. But going back to the topic at hand, and Tyra finally calling it quits on America's Next Top Model, I applaud you. I'm so thankful you're leaving, because you overstayed your welcome. You were no longer welcomed on my sofa. I am so glad you found your ass a job and an apartment and you've moved on, because that show had run its course. Like, it really was done. It was so predictable. I would predict every week who was being voted off based on the piano, the high school photo, the bullying story. And I'd be like, uh-oh, she gone. And sure enough, gone. And then you hear the piano, you see the high school picture, and be like, uh-oh, she gone. So I'm over it. Goodbye. I'm so glad. So glad. Now, finally, I got one more thing. One more. And that's the whole Love and Hip Hop. Them hoes on there talking about couture. They had a couture fashion show. A high-end couture fashion show. Their line. Do you guys, ma'ams, Mrs., mademoiselles, do you guys know what haute couture is? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that means? Because you do realize that haute couture is handmade, and each piece will probably run you about $90,000 to $100,000, maybe $200,000 a piece, and they're handmade. You can't go around telling people that you're having a high-end couture line when it's not handmade or it's not custom made for the individual. You can't have that shit manufactured in China and call it haute couture. You can't. And the fact that Mona Scott lets these people just be as ignorant as they were born. And someone should have tapped someone on the shoulder and said, you don't get to go to Mood or the alley downtown LA and pick out textiles and just have somebody sew some shit up and call that couture. It's just not. As a matter of fact, there are only a certain amount of couture houses that are certified to be even called couture. And I think it was like Langerfield, Gaultier, and a few others. But you can't go around telling people you got couture, high-end couture, just because you make it expensive. I love fashion. I swear to God, I love it. It's literally my passion. And if I ever get the resources to have a full line or whatever, I will. But it'll be made like everyone else's. It'll be manufactured. I will never call it couture because it's not. It is my design, and it'll be my ideas pushed out there. And someone will be probably working in a sweatshop, paying 3 cents an hour to make some jeans, and there it is. These hoes, and they're hoes. They're not even like women. They're not even girls. They're like hoes. Like, really? I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm saying they're like hoes. Going around saying, oh, this is gonna be some high-end stuff. We gonna have couture, high-end couture. Haute couture is handmade, and each piece is like tens of thousands of dollars. You come out with some blazers. These dresses, I was like, wow, you guys, like, someone needs a consultant on the set that just goes around and says, oh, no, you don't want to go around calling that, don't use that word, don't, because that's not what that means, that's not what that, you can't. And then you got the 2 gay dudes on there, Miles and Milan. Milan came out and blasted you and said that everybody knew you. Everybody watched the show knew you were gay. And so he bust the whole thing out and said that they were gay. Everybody knew his boyfriend was gay. Mom and all that girlfriend fell out and it was all fake and it was all a show. And it's like, I don't believe it anyway, but thank you Milan, for having the nuts to tell us how fake it was, because we all knew it was fake, but it's good to hear it from a cast member. Like, what was the purpose of that? Like, beyond telling people you have haute couture clothes that are not handmade or that cost less than $5 to make, why would you try to fool us with 2 gay dudes who are obviously gay and put on for the show for ratings? And then it was like you had this fallout. It was the worst. You guys gotta stop participating in, just because people cast you for a show. Make yourself look great. Make yourself look better. Don't bring yourself down. Because people, this show should be about the dumb, because people aren't smart enough to believe that's not really you, or that's not really your life. There's lots of people who believe that shit is real. And you can't, why would you want people to believe that you are that stupid or you're that trifling? Oh my God, I can't. But most of all, I'm going to end it on this, because to me, the funniest of all of it, because I love style and I love fashion, I think the funniest part was the couture. And it's like, you don't even know what it means. You don't even know what it means. You know the word, but you don't know what it means. Your shit ain't couture. It's not even close. It's coutureless. And that's what it is. And thank y'all for so much for listening to the show. I'm so happy to be back and in a good space. And I'm by myself. I'm not sharing my space with anybody. And I promise you, in 2 weeks, I'm going to buy the equipment so that I can take phone calls and get people to call in on the show. I've just been lazy, but I'm going to do it. I promise you, I'm going to escalate the show just a bit. I've just been lazy. So much shit's been going on. I'm still looking for a space. I found models, got new models, which is great. Got a new shirt coming. So there's stuff happening. Just bear with me. But thank you so much for listening. Tell a friend or not. Keep it to yourself. Let us be your best kept secret. And please don't tell people you have couture shit when you don't, because that's important. You must also understand the words that you use, because that's important. All right, have a good work week if I don't talk to you until next Saturday. Bye, y'all.